So, good morning, everybody. Okay, we're going to try this a few times, people, until I get the responses that I need. So, good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's a bit like year nines in the morning, Friday afternoon, whatever it is. Good morning, everybody. Come on. Come on, good morning. Yes, okay. I'm here as the MC. My name is Paul Denny-Gouldson. However, I do have a three-letter acronym that I go by, PDG. For those of you who are French, hopefully that will make you laugh. However, I am not the President Director General, but I am here to facilitate. So if there's anything you need, then please come and find me or one of the Zifo team. We are here to help you interact with each other, help you to find new things that you didn't know. Be curious, as Ted Lasso would say. But first things first, breakfast sponsor. Thank you very much for the breakfast. L7. So Vasily there. Where is Vasily? Sorry, I'm around. Thank you, L7. So the event, and as we go through the day, a number of the breaks and things are sponsored by some of our partners. So we are very grateful for that. So thank you for doing that. My other job today is to introduce or reintroduce or retell you about something that we use as a way of framing conversations. So Adam is going to talk a little bit about this, and then he's going to give you some other things what PDOT may represent. However, the whole thread of today and the anchor that we're trying to bring all of the talks back to are transformation, or the word, where's Loic, revolution. Bravo, thank you for bringing that in. Vive la révolution. Is attributable, and it has component parts. So, anybody like to take a guess on what P stands for? It's part of your transform. It's a thing you have to think about. And for me, as a scientist, it's probably the most important thing that we need to revolutionize or transform. So, any ideas? People. All close, but no cigar. Process. Thank you. Scientific. I'll come back to you, David, in a minute, because you might be able to want to say that when we get to another one. So the process. Processes are fundamental. It's the way we all work. So when we're thinking about revolution, transformation, probably the most important thing to think about is the process. What is it that we're trying to achieve? Can we reinvent that process? Or are we going to stay in the same way and work the same ways that we've done before? Then, D. Any ideas on D? What could D mean? Data. Yes. Excellent. So, some of you will be like, but this is all the same as the 3 Ps, people, process, and that kind of thing. But a lot of the time, data is forgotten, or it's left as an afterthought. And all of you here, hopefully I see you smiling or nodding, we do need to think about data, especially with the aspirations that we have for the transformation and leveraging new technologies such as AI. But even just doing our job in process requires really good data. So, David, what do you think the O stands for? Organizations, yes. Organization it is, yeah. So the people side of it. But it's not just about your organization within the group that you work in. It's the wider organization, upstream, downstream from that. And then the wider organization when we consider your collaborators, external organizations. How can you help the organization change? Okay, so we have to think about how does that work? How are we going to enable that? And the final one, the T. Technology, yes. You see, it's really easy to remember, right? Process, data, organization, and technology. Technology is an enabler. However, often we put it at the front. And we say, we've got this technology, scientists, here you go, it's going to work, we'll make it work, without considering the other parts. Or maybe we consider one or two of those, but in our experience, we often don't consider all of these pieces together, holistically. Understand the process, understand the data implications, understand the organization implications, and understand the technology implications. And that's the reason it's in the order that it's in. It's not Todd P, which is where we sometimes look at, it's PDOT. So that's the anchor for today. And all of the talks will be talking about various aspects of this and their experiences doing transformation, going through transformations, the heartaches, the barriers that they've hit. And a lot of them will be sharing their experiences with overcoming those barriers. So that's the anchor for today. So I'd like you to remember that. There is a test at the end, okay? You laugh, there is a test, okay? We do need to check learning, which is my coaching element coming through. So, if you have any questions, just ask anyone from Zifo. We're here to help. Everyone in the green is from Zifo. And so that is the end of my little bit. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce Mark, who is our first speaker.